All right, folks, July is finished. We are moving into August. We have moved into August, so it's time to take a look back and rank the films that came out in July. Let's do it. All right, folks, I wanted to let you know that I did not get to see a few July films like Gunpowder Milkshake. I just crossed off my list because it wasn't getting good reviews, but the one I did want to see that I will see down the future is Pig. So really that's the only one. I think the rest of the ones that I wanted to see I got to, so let's rank them. Folks, coming in at last place in number 7 is gonna be The Tomorrow War. It's a C, so it's not like horrible. That might be, I mean, that's pretty good. C, it's not good. It's obviously a negative rating. But as far as some of the other months go, it's certainly better than a lot of them, that this is the worst one. Folks, The Tomorrow, it's an overly long and really just mediocre time travel blockbuster. It's got some good comedy that I like. The premise is certainly interesting, but it's just not explored in an interesting enough way. And just the length, man, and especially that middle portion just doesn't have a lot new to provide. Just a ton of action between these aliens, and it's just so lame for a lot of it that didn't enjoy it that much. Last place, C. For the record, folks, that was the only C on this list. Good news at first. Still good news, but everything else is a B. There are no A's this month. July was a very B month. Good or bad, that's up for you to decide. It's about average, I'd say. And June also only had no A's. So we're going 2 months now with no A's. I suspect that the last few months of the year will definitely flip that around the other direction. Folks, let's get into it. Folks, coming in at number 6 is going to be Still Water with Matt Damon. This is a B. It's a very average movie, very average story, which makes sense because it's a B. You know, you've got some good heart in here, some good emotional moments, and that definitely saves it from being a negative rating, certainly. But the main thing here is that it's just so lost in all of the things it's trying to accomplish, and it gets each of them done sufficiently. But again, when you have just this much, it's overflowed. You know, it hasn't decided on what it wants to be, and therefore Stillwater will always be remembered as this sort of amalgamation of all kinds of things and nothing uniquely its own movie. Folks, coming in at number 5, also a very average film, I hope you're noticing a trend, is Jungle Cruise. It is a very average adventure film. Again, I used Indiana Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean as its sort of carbon copies of both of those films. And it doesn't do much to differentiate itself from anything in the family adventure genre like this. There's some fun to be had for sure, which is why it isn't, again, negative. And it doesn't do anything particularly wrong, but it's not great. Folks, coming in at number 4 has to be No Sudden Move. This might surprise some people because I see a lot of people are very positive on this film. But this film is not average whatsoever. So at least it has that separating it from the others on this film, on this list so far. The first act is absolutely excellent. You know, I spoke about that in my review. And there's some great suspense for sure, but it definitely loses it when it starts to split up the characters' narratives. You've got a ton of different narratives for most of the film, and some of them are confusing, some of them just aren't very interesting, and then the ending is just kind of laughable with all these different plot twists. Again, I said in my review, it's like a parody almost of the heist genre. So, you know, great first act, some great acting, a well-made movie for sure. I like the script, I like the dialogue. If it only, you know, it feels like it's trying too hard to be different. If only it hadn't strayed from the typical heist movie, it could have been better. But I think it's trying to differentiate itself too much, and it doesn't work for me. Folks, coming in at number 3 is perhaps the most original film of the year. I mean, definitely the most original film of the year would be The Green Knight. Obviously, this film is excellent in pretty much every single technical aspect. Cinematography is excellent. The directing is great. Acting is great. You know, all of it is just so good. The one thing for me is just the plot, the storyline, and how I don't feel every single side quest that sort of the main character goes on, Gawain, is necessary. Needs to be included. I feel almost that some time was wasted there, but it's still a great movie. I was never bored. I had a good time throughout. It's a one that you definitely have to process and chew on, and that's always fun. Number 3, what's coming in at number 2 is actually an average film. It's Black Widow, also a B. It started as an A, went to a B the more I thought about it. And it is, it's very average. It follows a lot of typical tropes of the genre. The climax isn't very new or anything like that, and the story is just generally kind of lackluster. But it is, of course, an MCU film and has the typical traits that makes those movies so great in my eyes. You got excellent characters that really save the film, some great comedy, some excellent action, and for those reasons, I think it just has to be number 2 of July. But folks, coming in at number 1, you're thinking, what could possibly be number 1? Or maybe and either way, you probably think I'm ridiculous for putting this at number 1, because this has been an almost unanimously panned film. Coming in at number 1 has to be Space Jam: A New Legacy. Now wait, you're like, okay, this guy's a joke. I'm unsubscribing, I'm disliking the video, I'm leaving a rude comment, and I'm out. This guy sucks, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Folks, I get it. It's an ad, it's soulless, whatever. It's a good time. You're lying to. It's funny. It's not good. It's not a good movie. Okay? It's dumb as hell. But it is so much fun. There's so much fun to be had here. In my opinion, at least. I had a great time. It's got some great comedy. And again, I get it. It's an ad. You're mixing all the worlds of Warner Brothers together. There's not a lot of creativity there. But there's some creative comedy in there when you collide all these worlds. Is it dumb? Does it make sense? No. But it's still a good time. You have them in Casablanca, in Mad Max. Rick and Morty show up. It doesn't make any sense, but it's fun nonetheless. You can see the guys from A Clockwork Orange in the stands of the movie. That stuff is all so fun. And then again, you have just the typical Space Jam story, basketball, the Looney Tunes. It works. It worked the first time. It works again for a damn good reason, okay? It's just fun. It's fun. It passes the time. It is, of course, a B. It's not an A. It's not a spectacular movie. I didn't have the best time in the world with it. Certainly kind of dumb. The basketball sequence goes on for too long. But it is a fun movie that I enjoyed watching. Folks, let me know your ranking of July films. I expect to see Space Jam 2 last on your list. Just kidding, of course. Or am I kidding? I don't know. I liked it a lot, evidently. Folks, check out. Just coming soon, we'll be reacting to my May through July predictions. If you'll remember, I did those. You should be able to find that up there. And I'll rewatch the old video and see, what I got right, what I got wrong. Spoiler alert, mostly got it wrong. So if you want to come make fun of me, check out that video. And then, yeah, that's it, folks. All right, folks, I've been EDPC Reviews again. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about July films. Goodbye. Wait, no, you've been amazing. You've been amazing. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.